Andries here from ATTK Fitness, and I am here today to lead you all through a 30-minute resistance stretching workout. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a strength coach and personal trainer based out of Calgary, Alberta, and I specialize in working with people who have had a few bumps and bruises along the way, people with injuries, and people that just feel like they don't fit in the traditional gym mode. Maybe they're not a bro or a hunk or whatever. Anyways, so a bunch of you messaged me and were actually asking, what is resistance stretching? Very simply, resistance stretching is a type of stretching where you are no longer passive. So you're not going into a stretch and just hanging there and blobbing out. You're actually utilizing the strength of the muscle, so you're actually pushing into it. And what that allows us to do is train the flexibility of a muscle group in its true range. It's a very safe way to stretch, and it also helps you increase your strength, which is fantastic. Oh, hi, Janice. So today in designing this little program, I really wanted to concentrate on muscle groups that you've probably been not so kind to over the last little while you've been Netflixing too much and laying on a couch. So we're really going to concentrate on trying to open up those areas that you've probably just been slumping into for the last little while. All right? Okay, so the first one we're going to do, I'm just going to do on camera because I'm crazy and I'm like, triple streaming, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. All right, so the first one that we're going to do is we're going to hit the central hamstring, which is the hamstring that we'll say just like runs right up the back of your leg, okay? We are going to do this in a kneeling position. So if you've got troublesome knees or you're just, I don't know, like me, a creaky old lady, you're going to want to kneel on a pad or your yoga mat or something in your house that's comfy, like this beautiful green IKEA pillow. Okay, so that's going to go down on the ground. You're going to take one leg and you're going to kneel straight onto that pillow. I know your Instagram peeps can't quite see me. Am I sideways, Instagram? Oh, no, I'm good. All right, so you are going to kneel on your green mat. If you are a little wobbly, so if your balance is not great, give yourself something to hold on to for this. So I have my trusty foam roller. You can use a banister, you can use your couch, you can use the wall, whatever you want, okay? So we're gonna take our bed leg down into the pillow, and then the other leg, we're actually gonna straighten out in front of us. Oh, I'll just peel back so you guys can see me a bit better. Okay, so we're gonna take that back, the leg that we're gonna work, which in my case is the yellow leg to start with, and we're gonna completely straighten it out in front of our body. And the last thing that we're gonna do, oh, you still can't see me, is we're gonna take our toes and we're gonna kick them up towards our nose, okay? So what I want you to do now is with really good posture, I want you to imagine that you're getting your ponytail pulled up towards the ceiling. We're gonna make sure that our core is nice and tight, and we're gonna do a strict hip hinge. So we're gonna take our hips back towards, in this case, the fireplace. We're gonna drop our chest down towards the leg. Now, once we're there, you're gonna feel some heat, some thunder. Now what I want you to do is activate this by pushing through the heel of your foot and lifting your body back up, your glutes and hamstrings. So I'm gonna push through the heel. I'm actually gonna stand my body back up. Now I want you to continue to push through the heel of your foot, and I want you to forward flex again. So now, instead of feeling like a passive stretch, you're gonna be actively kicking your heel into the floor while folding forward. Once you feel like you can't control that anymore, it's too hot and juicy, you're gonna push back up, okay? We're gonna do this 4 times. We're gonna do this 2 more times. You'll notice that I'm going extremely time. Nice work, you guys, good. We'll push up more time, relax, and now I want you to switch legs. And I'm gonna switch profile for you for this one. Make sure everyone's doing good. Awesome. Hi, guys. Nice to see you. Hi, Andrea. Love you guys. Okay, so now we're going to stretch the other leg. Let's bend our one knee onto our magical covered in cat hair or dog hair or whatever kind of hair you have in your house. Pad. The opposite leg is going to go straight out to the front. We're going to take our toes and we're going to pull them up towards our nose. Okay, dorsiflexion. Nice. Now we're going to stay nice and tall on the torso. Ponytail gets pulled to the top of the ceiling, and I'm going to forward flex. Okay, booty goes back, head goes forward. Oh, this leg is way tighter, mother trucker. Once I feel tons of tension down the back of my leg, I'm going to stop. I'm now going to activate the stretch. Take the heel, in this case the right heel, push it into the floor, and that will stand my body back up. Okay, we're going to continue to push the heel into the floor now. We're going to reach the chest towards the leg, tail goes back, booty goes back. That's going to probably shorten your range. That's okay. Once you've reached your max, push again. Push up, good. Continue to push to the heel of the foot. Folding your body forward. You notice with each repetition, you get more range. That's fantastic. Good. Push again. Push, 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 push. Continue to push. We got 2 more. Nice work, hunks. Doing great. 1 more. Push, 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 push. Last repetition. Straight through the heel. Leg stays straight. Toes point up. Ooh. Good. And let's push out of it with strength. Beautiful. Okay, so that's our first stretch of the day, the central hamstring stretch, and we've done the straight leg variation. Now, the way that muscles work is they're in these torrid relationships, where if one muscle is too strong or too weak, it affects the back. So the next stretch that we're going to do is we're going to work into the hip flexor and to the quad. So you have a couple options to set this bad boy up. I've got my trusty, like a rando folding chair. That will also work really well. Okay, so just find in your house something that you can elevate your rear leg on. You can also do this against the wall, but that's going to be like a lot more intense. Okay, so we're going to take our trusty knee pad. We're going to put it down. If you need your support system, you can also have that here. I am going to put my for you guys, I will put my left knee down on the pad, and then I will put my left foot up onto the edge of the couch. Now, here's the trick. The closer your knee is to the couch or the wall or whatever it is that you're putting your foot onto, the spicier the stretch. Okay, the further away it is, the better position you're going to be able to get with the pelvis, and then you'll be able to do this properly. So don't be a champ. Okay, there's no freaking stretching Olympics. You're not going to win a gold medal by, tearing something just to be a, I don't know, whatever, competitive, unnecessarily. The opposite leg, so in this case, my right leg is going to come up now, and it's going to create a support system. Woo, don't drive by. Come on, Dingo. Oh, there he is. Forward, buddy. Okay, so once I'm in this position, the first thing that I'm going to do, hey, bud, let's move here, is I'm going to rotate my pelvis. So right now, because I have tight quad, my booty is kind of sticking out, and there's some curvature in my lumbar spine. We want to try and remove that to begin with. So I'm going to stand tall, okay? Actually, I'll take this off so you guys can see a bit better. I'm going to stand tall. And then for all of you Wayne's World fans out there, when, oh, sweet dang. When Wayne and Darcy had the lock leader and they're like, swing. Okay, we're going to swing our pelvis. So, and I can feel it creeping up into my hip flexor, okay? Now what we're going to do from this position is we're going to create strength and we're going to activate it. So now I want you to imagine that your foot, there's a big saw here, and you're going to kick your foot into whatever it's elevated on, and it's going to translate your body forward. Okay, but you're keeping that really good pelvic tilt. Once you're at max range, that's there for me. Okay, I want you to continue to kick through this foot, the back foot, and now your opposite foot is going to push through the heel and it's going to drive your body back. So your body is in a tug of war with itself. Your left leg is kicking into the couch. Good, we'll stop there. Kick with the left leg. And then once we're at that end range, oh yeah, nice, little improvement there. We're going to kick through this leg, and now our opposite leg is also going to push back. So both legs are working, but our left leg, good, kick, 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 kick. We're going to do 4 reps. Continue to kick. Our left leg is the one that's doing all the stretching. Good, 1 more. Sound effects always free with me. Kick, 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 kick. Continue to kick. So striking with my left leg into the couch. Pushing back with my right leg. Beautiful. Good. Okay, we're going to switch. So I'm going to do this using the chair on the other side. Boop. Which I'm probably going to regret. How's everybody doing? Nice. Oh, Janice, wow, you're techie. You've got me shared to your TV. I love it. Okay, so showing you a different option. We're going to use chair. So now I'm going to put my right leg foot on top of the chair. This is a bit higher than the couch for me, so it's going to be like probably a little bit more intense, which of course is crappy because it's my bad leg. Ooh, and we got a little hot spot because it's metal. So if you're feeling anything uncomfortable, be like the princess and the pea. Like pad as much as you possibly need to make yourself comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to do it. So, okay, back legs elevated. Kelsey's talked enough here. Left leg's forward. So now, again, wings rolled swing. Boom. So you can really see from that angle. Oh, this camera angle is great. Then I'm going to rotate the pelvis, and then I'm actually in contraction with my glute. Standing tall, ponytail, pulling up towards the ceiling. I'm going to kick with my right foot into the chair. I translate forward. I pet the dog. Once I'm at max range, which there's about me, I'm going to continue to kick through my right leg, and now I'm going to push my body back with the left. Holy bejeezers. Oh my goodness. We're going to go 2 more reps. So kicking, striking through the right foot, thinking about kicking that soccer ball, activating the right quad, continuing to kick through the right quad, taking that left leg, pushing through the heel, standing tall, ribs are down. 1 more repetition here. Holy heck, I cannot wait for this to be over. Good. Kick, kick, kick. Continue to kick. Push, 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 push. Both sides are working. And excellent. Good. Now we do what's called a graceful dismount. So if you're stuck, make sure you use your safety things to get yourself out of this so you're not just like falling out like a crazy person. Okay? Awesome. So those two, central hamstring and quad hip flexor, are related muscle groups. And what I would encourage you to do is get back and forth between those a few times. So if I was going to do like an hour-long stretching session, I'd repeat the central hamstring, then the hip flexor quad, then I would go back to central hamstring again, then I would do hip flexor quad again. And you're going to find that by peeling those layers out, you're going to just increase that flexibility so much. So that's awesome. Let's just check in here. Make sure everyone's good. Hi, guys. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to move in now to the glute and the adductor or groin groups. Glute obviously is a big, tight one for most people. We spend so much time of our life sitting. They're big muscles. We use them a lot. And then their pal is the inside of the leg. So think about the glute as sort of the outside and back of the leg, where groin adductor is the inside of the leg. So we need to address both of those if we're going to think about peeling out those layers like we want to. With the glute, it kind of depends on your mobility, what version of this you can do. So I'm going to show you guys a couple. I'm going to start on the floor in a traditional glute figure 4, and I'll teach you the resistance stretch component of it. And then I will show you a sub for the chair because I actually can't do it on one side of my body. So I'll show you on the floor with my left leg, and then I will show you on the chair with my right leg. And again, if you guys really like this, I'm going to download this afterwards and post it to my blog so you can go back through and watch the videos and repeat it as many times as you want. Okay? So I'm going to have to navigate the dog. That's fine. He's fantastic. So the first one we're going to do will be on our back. So I think everyone can see me if I go right up there. Yep, awesome. So we're going to lay on our back, face up, and we're going to put ourselves into a traditional figure hamstring and interlace our fingers together. Now, in this position, what's going to happen is we're going to pull like a row. We're going to spicy. We're going to stop there. And now what I want you to do is actually use the left glute to push into the figure 4 position or the right leg, and you're going to almost rock yourself back up. So if you think about the motion as like a froggy motion, this is what the leg is going to do, okay? But because this other leg is there, it's stopping it. So we pull into a stretch position, and now we're going to strength train out of it. So we're going to push the right knee and glute towards the back wall. You'll see I rock up slightly. You're going to continue to push with the left glute out that way. And now using your big pipes, you're going to row your right leg towards your chest, and you're actually going to roll back on to the floor. Yeah, keep rowing, keep rowing. That's max for me. Good. Now I'm going to push right leg or left leg again. Knee and glute out to the wall. I rock up and reposition my hands if I need to. Continue to push out with my left leg, and then I'm using my body weight, gravity, and my pipes to row my right leg in towards my chest. Oh my gosh, that's 2. We're going to do 2 more. Again, pushing up and out with the left leg. Breathing. Again, you can be lazy and just use gravity. You don't have to use your pipes at all if you don't want. Nice work, you guys. This is tight. I did lots of butt activation stuff yesterday. Good. One more. Striking out with the left. Dingo's cheering us on. Hi, buddy. You're so handsome. Pull, 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 and lean back. Good. So if that was hard on your hip, it was hard on your neck, then for this next side, let's use the chair instead. If you guys doing it liked it, you can actually just do the exact same thing. You don't have to change it all. Okay? So, oh, IFMA. Yeah! Hi, IFMA! Oh my gosh, yeah. For those of you that don't know, I used to fight Muay Thai, and that was our governing body. So that's cool that they're joining us. Okay, so we're going to stretch the right leg now, the right glute, and we're going to do it in a seated position just so I can show you guys a modification. So we're going to mimic what we did on our back. We're going to take that right ankle, and we're going to pick it up, and we're going to put it on our left knee. Okay, so you can see already, for me, I'm just like, let's not even talk about it. It's just like so janky. Okay, so in this position, I'm now going to mimic what I did on the floor. Some people like to pull through onto the opposite leg. So in this case, literally doing it like you would do on the floor and looping behind the leg. Other people, like me, actually have to modify and grab on to the actual leg to do it. But I'm going to show you this way, just so you know. So we're going to take our hands, we're going to loop them through, we're going to grab the back of our left hamstring. We're going to stand tall. Ponytail to the top of the ceiling, booty is back. I want you to take your right leg and I want you to strike down and out. So you can see my right knee, doesn't move very much, but I'm thinking about taking my right knee down and out towards the floor. I'm going to continue to push it down and out towards the floor. And now I'm actually going to pull my chest towards my left thigh. When I cannot go any further, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to push my right leg opposites. One body part's doing one thing, and then the other body part, good, push, 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 push through that right knee, right glute. Continue to push. Now pulling that left leg in towards the chest. Good, one more time, guys. Pushing right knee out, right glute out, continuing to push towards the floor. So much spice. Rowing the left thigh towards the chest. Holy Hannah, good. Coming out with strength. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pick my janky leg up because it doesn't want to work anymore. Awesome. Okay, so for those of you that did both series on your back, you probably felt a nice big glute stretch in both the right and left butt cheek. So that's great. We're going to go down now to its balancing muscle group, which is, again, adductor groin. And we're going to do this in a seated butterfly against the wall. So if you need to grab your phone and just jig it up so that you can go somewhere and lean up nice and tall, that's what I'm going to need you to do for this next series. So I'm just going to slide all the way back onto my higher place. Okay. Oh, let's center this so it looks nice. Oh, so nice. All right, so we're going to take our and we're going to put them up, palms, soles of the feet together. And then you're going to slide those soles up in towards your pelvis, okay? So in this position, some of you guys might be like up into your armpits. Other people might be down flat on the floor. If you're sort of an up into the armpit person, you might think about switching to a single leg version of this exercise. If you're a down to the pelvis floor person or down to knees to the floor, you can definitely handle this. So in order to do this exercise, what we're going to do is first we need to add the strength component. So we're going to take our knees and just rest your elbows on the inside, no pressure at this point. And I want you to take your knees and squeeze them together. Okay? You'll notice that I have to roll. In order to do that, I roll my feet down so that they're flatter. And now as my knees continue to squish in, I'm now going to push out. You can see that, push out with my elbows at the same time. Now we're working with a small and generally kind of weak muscle group, so don't go too crazy. I'm going to keep pushing my knees towards each other. My elbows peel out. Now in this position, I've like maxed out what my arms can do. So at this position, I'm just going to slide I'm going to stand tall and I'm going to continue to push my knees down with my hands. Once I can't go any further, again, I'm going to squeeze them up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Transition to my elbows. You can give a good squeeze at the top. Put your hands together because you're praying for it to be over. Then I push the palms of my hands in together. That drives my elbows out. I sit nice and tall. My feet transition to rotate. I slide my hands down. I continue to press. I stand nice and tall. Let's go 2 more like that. This is a tough one. A little bit technical. Good. Continue to push your knees together. Hands go into prayer posture. Push your elbows out. Slide. Ooh. Smiling, kind of. Good. Sliding feet together. And good. Let's come back to rest in the middle. If you were going to do this straight leg version, I just want to show you. You're going to go into that kind of figure 4 position. I'll do it on this leg. So my left ankle to my right knee. You can put some padding underneath your right knee for support. And you would do the exact same thing if that was like hard on your upper body or really hard on your hips. One arm on the floor, and then you can actually do that whole exact series. So pushing your knee away, knee pushes into your hand, you give it some resistance, continues to push in. You can do that whole series, single leg. And then I kind of like it, for me at least, because then I can really lean away. Those 2 exercises are super pals. So your glute in figure 4 or seated version and your seated butterfly. And what you could do would be like, our muscles are active. I'm not going to get into the science because it'll bore you, but essentially the type of stretching that we're doing is what elicits that muscle damage, which is a good muscle damage. And so that you might get a little sore, just like if you were at the gym and you did like a bicep curl with a lot of weight and then you lowered it down. It's this lowering that's actually going to cause the filaments and to do all this. I'm not going to get into it because it's too confusing to explain right now. Long story short, don't be surprised if you're sore, okay? I just totally blabbed. All right, last 3 things we're going to do in today's class. We're going to go and hit up the upper body. So we're going to do a straight arm chair pull down, which is really great for the pecs. I actually feel it mid-back as well. Really great if you've been spending so much time like this. I'm sure you all have. I certainly have, way too much. Then we're going to do a can opener position, which is great for the mid-back. And then we're going to end with a really beautiful upper trap neck stretch called reverse Saturday night fever. So we're going to do 3 in a row this time. The first one, straight arm chair pull down. Again, you can use your couch right in front of us here. And I'll do this one for my knees for you. So grab something very sturdy for yourselves. Okay, I'll do this one from the knees just because I don't want to lose the camera here. Palms down. Okay, oh, he's gone, whatever. Okay, we're going to stand nice and tall on the torso, and we're going to palms on the back of the chair. We're going to sit our hips back, and we're going to allow, oh gosh, there we go. We're going to allow our chest to fall in between our arms. Hi. Once we're in this position, now we need to strength train out of it. So we're going to take those hands, and we're going to think about paddling, like so. Okay, we're going to think about like a straight arm pull down. And what that's going to do is it's going to lift our upper body back up. Once we're at the top, we're going to continue with that same downward pressure through our hands. And then we're going to sit our body weight back into our hips. Let our legs and gravity pull our body back down as our hands, right and left, push into the chair. Good. Once we hit the bottom, bottom out. Continue to push, push up. Once we're at the top, continue to push with those hands. Now use gravity and your legs or your hips sitting back to pull your chest through the arms. There we go. Nice opening. Oh, free. Push, 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 push. Continue to push. Oh, man. I've been editing videos way too much. This is terrible. Good. One more repetition. Hands pushing through. You might feel this in your biceps. You might feel it in your triceps. You might feel it kind of everywhere. Hands pushing into the chair. Gravity and body. Oh, sitting down. Good. Let's push out. Nice. And relax. Ah, so good. I got the jello arms now. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a can opener stretch. I prefer to do this one seated. So if you have a couch or a chair, I would grab it. And if you have an implement that you can use, a can of tomatoes works great. I have like a little stamina ball here that I'm going to use. You could even use, it'd be a little annoying, but you could use a foam roller. You could use a light book, any yoga block, anything that's just going to give you about kind of 6 inches in between your hands. And what that's going to do is it's just going to increase your range of motion and allow you to feel the stretch a lot easier and quicker. Okay? I freaking love this stretch. It's one of my favorites. So we're going to put our implement in between our hands. If you do not have an implement, that's fine. You can absolutely do this stretch with just your hands touching each other. Totally, totally cool. We're going to kind of mimic that adductor stretch that we did earlier. So we're going to put our elbows in between our knees, okay? I'll do this facing forward and then I'll switch profiles so that you guys can see it. So elbows on the inside of the knees, hands into whatever implement you've got going on. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our legs to stretch our arms. So we're going to pull our knees in. And what that does is it takes our shoulders and it actually takes them into like external rotation. Now, from this position, than your arms. So do not apply a ton of pressure with your legs, just a little bit, okay? Now what I want you to do is push your hands into the ball, and then I want you to drive your elbows out. So your elbows are moving your legs right now. Legs are providing a little bit of resistance. Once you reach the end, for me that's about there, continue to push your hands into the ball, driving your elbows to the outsides of the room, and now use your legs to squish those elbows back in. So all parts of you are working right now, okay? We've got the adductors squeezing in lightly. Good. Push your hands into that ball. You've got your elbows pushing out into your legs. Continue to push out. Okay, now let the legs win, but you're still resisting with those elbows and hands. I'll pretty hunk so you can see. Okay, you want to maintain a nice straight back if you can. It's a little bit hard because, well, I have like the longest spine in the world. Anyone that knows me knows that. Maybe if you have a short spine, you look a little bit better. But okay, so elbows onto the inside of the knees. Let's start again. So let's take our knees and let's push our knees into the elbows. Now we're going to take our hands, squish the ball as hard as we can and drive those elbows and really work to open the chest up. Continue to push out with the elbows and now take those legs and squish in. So those of you working with an implement, the reason why I like working with something between my hands, good, pushing those elbows out, continuing to push out, knees are gonna win now, is that it allows us, good, and let's just relax. It allows us to feel the stretch better. So you absolutely can do hand opener for better. So if you did that exercise with me, you're gonna feel it upper back a lot, like right in between the shoulder blades, a little bit of upper traps, rotator cuff, all of that stuff has been stretched out and activated now. The last one that we are going to do is another one of my personal faves. I quite like the upper body stuff. Is night fever. So we can do this just from a seated or a kneeling position. I like kneeling. And I mean, I think we all know what like Saturday night going to take. So that's why we call it. So, you know, when you go up into Saturday night fever, up here, and then the stretch will be when we're bringing our arm back down and across. So when we're working with the arm stretches, just be mindful that they are very fatiguing because you have to use your left arm to stretch your right arm and your right arm to stretch your left arm, kind of working the whole time, which is awesome. It's super efficient for time. Obviously, you guys can tell that this has a strength component, this type of stretching, so it's definitely intense, but it's fantastic. We're going to start stretching our right arm. So you're going to take your right arm and you're going to touch your left hip bone. Okay? You're going to sit really tall and make sure that you've got, again, ponytail is getting pulled up towards the ceiling, our ribs stay tight. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to slap our wristwatch on our right hand. Okay? This slap someone behind you with the back of your hand. Like I challenge you to do a bit, like that kind of position. But that left hand's going to give it, I don't know, 10, 15% pressure. Okay? So you'll notice that I'm going to go nice and slow. And that at the top, my bicep is like kind of in front of my face. That is correct. That's what we want. Okay, so let's try that again just to get the pattern down. So left arm is on the wristwatch. We're going to take that right arm and we're going to try and smack someone behind us at a 45-degree angle with the back of our hand. Once we're at the top, we're going to continue. So I'm going to continue to push that right hand back towards my fireplace. Okay, so I've got tension. But now I'm going to let my left hand win. So I'm going to grab that wristwatch with my hand. I'm going to put some resistance, and I'm also going to actually traction, okay? So I'm actually pulling with my left hand, I'm pulling my right hand towards the camera, towards you, standing nice and tall. And what that allows, especially in these smaller, more complicated joints like the shoulder, good, let's take that right hand, let's strike back up, applying resistance with the left. Let's continue to push back, grab the right wrist with the left hand, traction. What that allows us to do is create space in a small joint. So theoretically, it would prevent any of that pinching and popping sensation that sometimes we get. Now, if in this particular path, this strict V or X diagonal across the body, if you're getting some pinching and popping, don't be afraid to just navigate where you're putting your shoulder. You can have a little bit lower, you can have a little bit higher. Everyone's bodies are unique and individual, so you can tweak this to you. Okay, let's do 2 more reps. So you can left hand on the back side of the wrist, coming up. Continuing to push our right wrist back towards the wall, grabbing on with our left hand, pulling. So I'm reaching my fingertips towards you guys. Help me. Good, one more repetition. Right from there, strike right back up, 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 up. Applying a little resistance. Continue to push back. Nice work, hunks. Doing great. Good. If you want on this last rep, just a little juicy, you can actually add side flexion in the head or the neck. Your head cannot flex. It's not a joint. Whatever. Okay, let's move to the other side and repeat. Oh, hi, Steven. Hi, Lippy. Oh, my God. Hi, Robin. Adam. Hey, my brother. Sorry, I just have to do this mostly for myself because I kind of think I'm talking to no one, and then when someone shows up, I'm like, woohoo! All right. Okay, so we're going to move to the left arm now. So again, left hand. Okay, you're going to take your left hand, you're going to smack your hip bone. Got it? You're going to take your right hand. You're going to put it on top of your wristwatch. Right there. We're going to start. Let's just do 1 repetition just to learn the movement. So let's take that left wrist and let's lift it up. Apply a little bit of resistance with the right hand until you come up into that reverse Saturday Night Fever position. Completely relax. Go right back to the bottom. Okay? Here, now we're going to do a working rep. So left arm up, applying a little resistance with that right hand. Smack the person giving you some flack, not respecting social distancing behind you. Poof. Continue to smack that person, and now take your right hand, grab your left wrist, pull your left wrist away from your body, still applying that pressure. You can see I'm pushing down. Wait till I get to the hip. Sorry, I'm like probably making annoying mic sounds. There we go. The left hand, pulling now, giving traction, reaching towards me and the camera. Right down, tall, 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 tall. You can see it's an upper body workout. Like my right bicep is just pumped right now. Let's do 2 more. Push, 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 push. Continue to push. Reaching, 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 reaching. Nice work, you guys. And then on this last repetition, let's just add side flexion of the neck, not the head, because you cannot flex your head. Well, you could try, I suppose, but good. Push up. Continue to push. I know you're burning. You're doing fan-freaking-tastic. Now let's take that right ear and drop it towards the right shoulder. As we come down, nice, towards the hip. Beautiful. Take a rest. That is a lot of work, and it's quite fatiguing. So just shake those gangle arms out. Good. Like I said, I recorded today's workout, so I will download it, and I'm going to post it to the blog and to Facebook and to YouTube, all the places. So that way you can rewatch this, and you can repeat these. Like I said, I think 4 to 6 reps each, and you can repeat each series 1 to 2 times. If you get into like 3 to 4 times, that's got a huge strength requirement, and you're going to be quite sore. Like already I'm like, oh my gosh, my jello. I feel great, but my arms are like jello. If you have any questions about resistance stretching, how you can do this at home, if you're looking for individualized stretching programs, hit me up, put a DM me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can leave a comment. I will get back to you guys and resource you in any way, shape, or possible. I want to thank you for joining me today. This is my first live fitness thing. I'm going to be here again on Thursday. Okay, Thursday, same time, 12 noon Mountain Standard. and I will add you to the mailing list, and you can continue to get free workouts right to your inbox. Love you guys, and I will see you on Thursday.